Hello again, everyone. Chris Mathieu with Forbidden Knowledge News, inviting you to the most amazing event of 2020, the Laughlin UFO Mega Conference, February 15th through 22nd in Laughlin, Nevada. There's going to be over 30 extraordinary speakers there for 7 days and 8 nights, disclosing unprecedented information that you won't hear anywhere else. Today, I'm very happy to welcome author, interdisciplinary scientist, and president of the Starburst Foundation, Dr. Paul Laviolette. How are you doing, Dr. Paul?
Pretty good.
Very good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. I'm very much looking forward to your presentation. We are living in fascinating times right now. There's so much happening with the talk of extraterrestrials, especially in the mainstream media, that we've not heard before. And this coincides with, it seems like, a lot of information about the whole UFO phenomenon that's circulating now that we haven't seen ever before, I don't believe. And also, it's like an awakening for most people during this period of time. We're seeing information come out that's been hidden from us, and it's just fascinating. I'm very excited. And let's start with a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your work, and then what you'll be presenting at the conference.
Well, I've done research in a lot of different fields, physics, astronomy, geology, climatology, ancient mythology, psychology, space propulsion, and so various fields. Some of the areas I specialized in will be just related to what I'll be talking about. I should also mention extraterrestrial and search for extraterrestrial intelligence was another area, and I'll be talking about that also.
So what are your thoughts right now about the information that's coming forth from the media and the reports that are being allowed from the Navy to express the sightings that have been seen by pilots and officers?
Yeah, I think it's very exciting, all these this sort of turnaround. Apparently we're in a period of disclosure. From what I understand, the Navy is pushing to disclose things that they've been keeping secret all these years. And after reading a book by William Tompkins, Selected by Extraterrestrials, I found that very interesting, and revealed a lot of things. And in fact, what I'll be starting off my talk with will relate to what he said in that book about how he was designing a spacecraft that were from anywhere from 1 kilometer long up to 10 kilometers long. And he was saying that they were made in a place in Utah. And I'll be explaining how these were boosted up into space. It's a technology which was leaked to me. And I describe it in my book, Secrets of Anti-Gravity Propulsion. And so this gives nuts and bolts behind how this was done, which Tompkins didn't go into. And then after that, I'll get into about the fact that we've been sent signals for decades. What physicists thought were pulsars are actually beacons sending us signals. They're also used for like a GPS system, galactic GPS, I believe, because there would be an ideal GPS system for space navigation. In fact, NASA has suggested the same thing. Of course, they said it after I said it. But some of these signals are actually sending us information, and I'll explain. There's a coded message in there that's very important for us. They're trying to help us, alert us to a catastrophic event, which happened in the past and is recurrent, and to make us aware of this, to so it doesn't take us by surprise, totally by surprise. So we at least understand what's happening when it happens.
Now, when it comes to the secret space program, how far do you think we've gone so far? Do you think we have operations on the moon and possibly on Mars right now?
Well, I can only say what I've read, and it seems logical that that's the case. Yeah.
So that being said, how long do you think we've had these operations? It seems like, a lot of this stuff happened after Project Paperclip when we brought these scientists over from Nazi Germany. Do you think that's when all this, kind of got off the ground?
Yes. It caught us by surprise. We apparently hadn't known that Nazis were continuing a program even after they were defeated, that they were continuing this secret program in Antarctica. And when we went down to sort of take out their base, they sort of whipped our ass, so to speak, and we beat our way back home. It was sort of embarrassing for us, and that's what got us started. But even before that, I think back in '42, Tompkins writes about the War of LA, which pretty much woke up the Navy, and that's when MJ-12 was formed as a result of that, to investigate UFOs that have been knocked down. They apparently knocked a few down in that battle. And I was totally surprised because I didn't know about this till I read about it in his book, that there was such a war.
And when it comes to these messages, these signals that we've been receiving, you said it could be possibly a warning of a catastrophic event. Do you think that this event is something that we should be immediately concerned about, like within the next few years or in our lifetime?
Yes, and even mystics have talked about this happening, impending, in other words, in our lifetime happening. One of the dates that I've predicted as a possibility based on the Garabandal prophecy would be next year, for example. But it's uncertain if I'm right about that or not. You have to wait and see. There's another date around 34, another 2037. So it's difficult to predict because you don't see these things coming. They're called super waves, what I believe is the cause.
Now, do you think we have received any type of positive messages, possibly about the races that we could be possibly receiving these messages from?
You mean from the pulsar beacons?
Yes.
The question is who constructed them. I have no idea which of the, like Tompkins talks about 17 different species are here, whether it's any of those or maybe a galactic species that we don't know about, but they're very advanced. They have the ability to actually move entire planets in space. It's stuff that we find unbelievable, but it's the only way to explain what you see if you keep an open mind.
Now, that's fascinating. Do you think that, with everything that's happening, with these messages that we are receiving within our lifetime, that we could possibly have open communication with them, just like we possibly had in ancient times?
Yeah, in fact, I think we should respond to the message they're sending us. And I'm with the Starburst Foundation, which one of its projects would be to respond to the message they're sending us. But without money, we can't do it. It's people have to first believe that pulsars are sending, certain pulsars are sending a message before they're going to give money for that. So we've been concentrating on other things lately, more in the area of physics and updating like the publications on the superwave theory and cosmology papers, updating them, because new data keeps coming out, and you need to publish new papers on these.
Yes, definitely. Technology and data is moving so fast right now. There's so much new information coming out. And Dr. Paul, I want to thank you again so much for stopping by today. I'm very much looking forward to meeting you and hearing your presentation at the conference.
Thank you. I hope everyone can make it who's listening.
If you want to learn about UFOs, hidden history, consciousness, ET contact, and so much more, you don't want to miss this amazing event. There's always going to be only one presentation at a time. You'll never have to choose one speaker over the other. And this is also going to be the world's lowest cost convention. But you have to be sure to go to Laughlin UFO Mega Conference.com right now to make sure you get your early discount package prices. You really don't want to miss this amazing event.